After 20 years on them, this year I sold my trusty Yamaha and I switched to a KTM to try and see what all the hype was about. Now, I never had any issue with any Yamaha I've ever owned. Not one. So, not knowing if the switch was a good idea or not, I figured, well, it was at least worth a try. And then this happened. And this. And this.
Hey, KTM! Fix your sh**. Now I know what you're thinking, but Mitch, all bikes have problems, right? Mo bikes, mo problems, right? No, not like this. In fact, before I get ahead of myself, let me take you back a few rides.
Have you ever had a friend tell you something that it was so out of the norm or odd that you simply pushed the comment aside like the bread crust you never eat? Well, that was me. I was told outright, keep an eye on the sprocket bolts, Mitch. They tend to come loose on a KTM. Now, I for one have never seen a single sprocket bolt come loose on a bike ever. So, it was like the veggie tray at a party to me. I laughed and moved on to the more attractive things that I could get my hands on. Boy, was I wrong.
You see, after only a couple of hours, I found two of the bolts missing altogether. Now, I thought that was a little odd, so I made a point from that moment on to check my bolts on every single ride. I would be at home, I'd be doing all of my bike maintenance, my oil, my air filter, all the routine stuff, and I would check those bolts. Now, you would think that they should be good for at least one ride, right? I mean, I'm not even talking 8 hours of riding, I'm talking a couple hours. They should be good for a 2-hour ride, right? Yet again, I was wrong. Woohoo!
I began to find them loose even after 1 hour of riding. So again, I began checking them literally after every moto. And wouldn't you know it, they would be a little loose. I would tighten them. And again, and again.
Now, I know what else you're probably thinking. Mitch, why didn't you just Loctite those babies on? They won't come loose then. False. I did Loctite them on, and they did come loose again. Oh, but you're probably using the wrong Loctite. You're probably using the weaker bonding Loctite, not the stronger one that's got that extra staying power. False again. I used the right Loctite, and no matter what I did, those stupid bolts would continue to come loose. And I torque my spokes regularly. I was having trouble coming up with a solution, but I figured, you know what? I do actually like riding this thing. It rides well, it corners well. Maybe this is just one of those little quirks that apparently KTMs have that I've never seen, I've never witnessed on any bike I've ever ridden before. But maybe, just maybe, I can tolerate it as like a little quirk because I enjoy riding the bike. That was, of course, until the hub exploded.
Thankfully, I was in a corner and not in the air when it let go. Because once I got out of the hospital, boy, I would have been pretty pissed. But still, it's an expensive fix. It destroyed a lot of things. For $300 American, Tusk puts out a complete rim package, so all you have to do is attach your sprocket, your brake disc, install your tire, and away you go. Now, in my fortune, the chain decided it had enough of the lower guide and decided to destroy that too. So, tack on another $30 American for a Polysport chain guide, which actually fit pretty great, and that was fixed too.
Well, I guess their tagline is actually somewhat accurate. Ready to race. But at what cost? Now, yes, right out of the box, the bikes are good. They handle well, they corner well. There's a reason why a lot of guys ride these things. They ride really well. But I've owned a Japanese brand for over 20 years. I was on Yamaha literally for over 20 years, never threw my leg over another bike. And I never saw the problems that I've been having with the KTM. I certainly never saw any of the sprocket bolts come loose or any of these little odd things that seem to be happening. They're fantastic to race, but maybe the durability is maybe in question compared to some of the other brands. I don't know. If you're in the market, hey, it's food for thought. It's just been my personal experience. Maybe you have a KTM and maybe you've seen something different than I have. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think if you've had these types of problems. I'm sure you've had the sprocket things come loose, because apparently that's a big deal that I never paid attention to. In any case, I hope you liked the video. I hope it helped you in some way. If so, smash that subscribe button for me. You know I really appreciate it. And completely unrelated, if anyone knows a welder, I'm actually thinking about welding the sprocket on this time, because I'll probably have to replace the hub anyway. We'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe and ride safe.